Hello everyone. So I've had plenty of interesting conversations around chip strategy recently, and I've seen a lot of frustrated people asking for advice on which is the best chip strategy for double game week 26. Now, as much as this is an annoying answer, the truth is it is totally team dependent. I've also seen a lot of people sharing their squads and saying, "Here, what should my chip strategy be?" Again, the people who you're asking have probably spent weeks thinking about their own strategy, so it's very hard looking at someone else's squad for just 5 minutes to then come up with a comprehensive strategy for that team. So what I thought I'd do is do a video to discuss how you decide on your own chip strategy. And I've come up with this kind of 5-step process on how to determine your own plan. So I hope you find it helpful. So step one, know the schedule. Before you can do anything, you have to know what the season looks like. What double or blank game weeks are likely to be on the horizon. So Ben Krellin's spreadsheets are essential for this sort of thing because his predictions are usually spot on. So step one, find out what the landscape looks like. Step two, eliminate the variables. So now you know the schedule, you now need to narrow down your options by eliminating some variables. I still have all my chips, so now I need to work out which ones I intend to keep for a later date. So for me, I like to combine my wild card with a bench boost. Now we know that there's going to be a huge double in game week 36 and some other smaller ones likely to be announced between now and then. So I want to hold on to those two chips until then so that I can use my wild card to set up my team for a big bench boost. We also know that there's a blank in game week 30 due to the FA Cup quarter-finals. So I think at the moment there are only 3 fixtures confirmed to be played that game week. So for me, that's a prime time to use your free hit chip. So now we've done that, I'm left with my triple captain and one of my 2 free hit chips. So already we've seriously, narrowed down the variables by eliminating the other options. So step 3, you need to determine what's important and how your squad fits around that. So now we need to look at the game week itself and the surrounding game weeks to determine what's important. So for game week 26, what stands out to me is that there are 8 teams playing twice, which is a pretty decent number. And of those 8 teams, there are only 2 teams which I'm really excited about targeting, and they are Liverpool and Arsenal, because both their fixtures are really, really good. The other thing which stands out to me is that Arsenal, Liverpool and Chelsea both blank in game week 27. So this is particularly important for Liverpool and Arsenal because they are the teams we should be targeting in game week 26. So this creates a very tricky situation because those assets will then go on to blank. The final thing which stands out to me, of course, is that there will probably not be as good an opportunity this season to play your triple captain chip as in game week 26. Salah in a double versus Norwich and Leeds is about as good as it's going to get. Right, so we now know what's important. Now what we need to do is have a look at how our team fits around it. So for me, my team is in a really poor situation to attack the double. I only own Trent Alexander-Arnold, Ramsdale and King from teams which double in game week 26, which is not good. But where I have a slight advantage is that I only own 2 players who blank in game week 27. So for me, it seems, at least on the surface, like a free hit in game week 26 could be the right play, because my alternative, of course, is to bring in Liverpool and Arsenal assets on a hit just to then have them blank in game week 27, which seems like madness. If, however, like many others, I already owned a lot of Liverpool and Arsenal players, then I'd probably be looking to take a couple of hits to really take advantage of the double and then play my free hit in game week 27 to avoid the blanks, in which case I would then utilise the triple captain chip to take advantage of Salah's amazing fixtures. So then step 4, work out what you would do in each case. So once you have a feel for the options, I find it useful to work out what you would do in each scenario. So have a good play with both options and work out what your team would look like in either case. And then finally, step 5, once you've got your 2 scenarios, what I then do is create a sort of hypothetical model so I can put some figures next to each player in the team for each scenario. So this doesn't have to be rocket science, just put some basic estimations in. I'll tell you how I do it. So first I assign 5 points to each player per fixture. So I feel this is a good halfway house between a player blanking and a player getting a haul. Obviously, we don't know which ones will blank and which ones will haul, so I just apply 5 points per player uniformly. I then modify this 5 points based on the fixture difficulty. So again, not rocket science. If, for example, the FDR is 2, I add a point. If it's 3, I leave it as it is. If it's 4, I deduct a point, and so on. I also then deduct 20% from the total, and that's just to account for any rotation or injuries, which will happen. You don't have to do this. For me, it's more to settle my own expectations down. Then, because Salah is so key to this, I actually treat him differently from the other players. So I try to work out how many points I think he's going to get. Now, I don't think it's unreasonable to expect Salah to get a goal and an assist in each fixture, plus full BPS. So I've worked out that Salah will get 26 points over the 2 fixtures. So that's 52 if you give him the armband, that's 78 if you play the triple captainship. And once you're happy with that figure, and it doesn't have to be my figure, then you know that based on the fact that most people will captain Salah, that the triple captainship is worth 26 points. So the question then becomes, will fielding 11 doublers get you more than 26 points compared to how many you could field if you were playing your triple captainship and using hits? Now, only you can answer that question for yourself, because only you have your team. So there you go. How to decide on your own chip strategy in 5 steps. I hope that was helpful.